falling, falling in love. Falling in love again and again, 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 falling in love again and again.
Hi class, how are we all? Today I wanted to go through with you the No7 Pro Artist makeup line. I've got a few bits from there and you be the judge of what you think. I have already done my base. I am going to be putting on contour. I'm going to be using highlighter and I'm also going to be using one of their creamy blushes. I did as well get a shimmer kit that I will also show you. This is what the contour stick looks like. And one end you've got a bronzer and then the other end you've got a highlighter. The colour I'm using here is light bronze and champagne glow. So let's start with our contour first. We're going to take our brush and just take some of the product and then put it where you personally would contour. This will look different for everyone. So I normally just do my cheeks and along my nose. I do use a powder for along my nose. I don't like a cream contour along my nose. But this, the colour payoff is really, really subtle. If you want a darker one, they do have darker ones. The light bronze is not like really, really harsh. And then we've got the blush. This is a cream blush. The colour is pink blush that I'm using here. And this is so pigmented. I can't tell you. Do not go wild with this. You literally want a couple of dabs and you are done. I promise you, trust me when I say this, unless you want like a really, really bright pink blush, don't put too much of this. You literally just want to do, can you see that? And that's fine for both cheeks. And then I will literally just dab on one side and then on the other before I really go into blending it. And then you can begin blending it out. If you are a more mature skin, try and keep your contour and blush high rather than lower. It's going to drag your face and just age you. You want to keep it higher up to give a lifted look. Beauty blender and just diffuse it slightly so it's not so harsh. I contour down here with a powder contour and then I do a tiny bit at the bottom and then I also go across. Steady Eddie when you're doing this, because if you use too much it looks insane, but if you just do like a tiny little flush of it, it looks quite cute. That's what the cream highlighter looks like. So you can add a bit of that if you want to. I'm not overly thrilled with the highlighter part of that. I don't think the colour payoff is as intense as what I would like it to be. But it might be okay for you. It's a very, very subtle shimmer. I don't want a subtle shimmer. I prefer something that's a bit more glowy, especially for Christmas. So this is where this guy comes in. This is the Radiant Glow Powder Highlighter in Gold Silk is the colour I got this in. That's what it looks like. Wait until you see the colour payoff on this. So When I use the highlighter, I like to use it just here on my cheek. And can you see that straight away? That shimmer that you get. See how nice? And then I like to do a tiny, tiny bit on the tip of my nose and then a little bit here as well. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. That's just how I like to do my makeup. And then on your collarbone here, you can just go ahead and use some on there as well. So you're wearing like a shoulderless top at Christmas, let's say. You can then just dust some onto your shoulders. Look how glowy and nice that looks. Hang on, let me get better lighting. Okay, there we go. Look how nice. It's super affordable, the No7 Pro Artist range. And I do think that the colour payoff you get from the products is very, very good. I wore all of this makeup to a concert. I was there I left here at about 3, 4-ish, and I didn't get home until 1 in the morning. My makeup was still flawless. So I definitely think it is a good buy. So if you are watching this and you weren't sure whether to buy stuff from that particular range, I would say it is a good buy. If you aren't a fan of really, really glowy makeup, don't go for this because you won't like it. It's, as you can see here, it's really, really pigmented, but I do like that. Let's move on to this. This came actually with my order. So this isn't actually something that I ordered. This is the No7 Shimmer Face Palette. So this is what it looks like. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily use this type of thing, but I do think for Christmas, this is really nice. I like to keep my blushes liquid, and the reason for that is I just think it favours more mature skin, and I've got dry skin anyway, and I think if you're a dry skin person and you've got more mature skin, you are better sticking with liquid makeup as opposed to, or cream makeup as opposed to powders. But if you did want to use powders, these pinks are a dream. So if you wanted to do like a small bit of colour on your cheeks, you could. Where these are shimmers, I would skip using this. If you're going to use this, opt for either or, don't use both, because I just think, as you can see here, this is way too intense now. Personally, I think it's too much. So use one or the other. And it is quite a nice palette. I would use this bronze colour actually on my eyes. Let me find my fluffy. So this colour here, I would just do that here at the top of my eyelid. This is personally for me a bit too dark in terms of what I would use on my cheeks. I prefer to have like more pinky tones on my cheeks. Again, that is just preference. This colour I would potentially use in the summer, which gives you like a bronzed look. Other than that, though, I wouldn't generally use those types of colours. But on the eyes, that dream. And again, you've then inside here got your highlighter, this kind of golden colour one. I'm certain these two, I don't think they're exactly the same, but they're very similar. This is a bit darker than this one, but again, you could use this just to brighten up areas that you are going to have out on show. And look how like dewy and glowy it makes you look. I really, really rate this from No7. I really do. I think their Pro Artist range is 10/10. I haven't tried every single part of it so far, but the ones that I have tried and the ones that I have, I will definitely buy them again in my makeup kit. I will keep repeating the purchases because I just think the way it makes your skin look and how long they last up is very, very good indeed. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, don't forget to click the like button. If you are new here and you like things clean, organised and a bit of makeup and skincare along the way, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You will surely be welcome. We are gearing up to do our Christmas, which we do every single year, and I will be on the hunt for bargain buys. I will be looking for things that we can dress our house with, and I will also be going through the Christmas cleans with you guys. So make sure you are subscribed and you have clicked the bell notification to follow along. The bell notification will notify you every time a new video gets uploaded. And that is all for now. Until next time, I love you lots. And for goodness sake, keep it clean. Bye, guys.